Leslie, today I'm going to take the day off work, okay? What? Can you make sure to have any of the work I was supposed to be tasked with today and hand it out evenly among the rest of the team to have done for me? Amber, do you have a second? What's wrong? You and I both talked before about how the last time you took a day off, you used up the rest of your time off, right? That means this time you will not be paid for taking the day off, as you no longer have the PTO for it. Huh? This time will be considered an absence from work, and you won't be paid any money for this day if you take it off. What? Isn't that a little rude of you, though? The company is the one to decide how many PTO days you get in a year, and if you use more than that, then you will no longer receive 8 hours of pay for that day, and will be considered just an absence from work. This is the same rule that applies to everyone in this company, so it's not just you. Really? Are you sure this isn't just about you being jealous of a cute little 19-year-old girl like me? Excuse me? Why are you bringing something like that up now of all times? Well, look at yourself. You happen to be 40 years old and still single, right? That's true, but what does that have to do with your situation? I get that you've been trying to hide your private life from everyone else at work, but you have so much going on with you that it's far too easy for me to see the truth. Wait. I'm not trying to hide anything about myself from anyone, though. I also happen to have a fiancé now. Seriously? That has to be one big lie, right? There's no way a 40-year-old single woman like you could have found yourself a man that would actually be willing to marry someone like you still. You can stop it with all the lies about yourself, all right? Amber? This conversation is getting off topic now. Let's get back on topic, okay? Now, to repeat what I've said earlier, you have used up all your PTO, and that means today, if you do plan to take the day off, you will not be getting paid an 8-hour salary. That is all. All right. I have to take the day off today, so no matter what, I'll let you off the hook with that. This isn't about you letting me off the hook, or not about something that has little to do with me. I do not have the time to continue talking with a hysteric grandma all day, so I'm out of here. Leslie? Hello? This is the 19-year-old super cute new hire here. Good evening, Amber. It's a little past 8 now, so we're not in the office anymore. Is this something you can talk to me about tomorrow? Hey now, are you still upset about earlier? I get that you might have some hurt feelings about what I said, but you're way too old to be holding on to the past now, right, Grandma? Amber, what is it you want? Huh? Are you just here to make yourself seem all cute and stuff in front of me? Or are you trying to act as though you're better than me? Well, if either of those are the case, then it's a waste of time for the both of us, and you're better off refraining yourself from doing it anymore. What? Well, whatever. I don't have time to sit here and listen to an old woman and her awful attitude anyway, so I'll tell you what's going on here. Listen. This weekend, I'm going to be having my wedding. I'm inviting people like you, Leslie, and the rest of the people in the department to come along and watch. So, please come. This weekend, you said? That's pretty soon. I didn't have any other choice this time. I happen to have something major happen to me, and that's why I need to get married now. Wait, are you talking about that? I want to have this wedding before my belly gets too big, so that's why it's going to happen this weekend. That's the whole reason I've been having to take a lot of time off work. I see. So the reason you've been out of work at least once a week for the last month or two has been for that reason? And this coming Sunday, I'll be having the wedding at a really fancy restaurant. That's in 2 days, right? This is meant to be a surprise for you. A surprise! Well, I'm sure that seeing a cute and young bride all happy on her wedding will be difficult for a single 40-year-old grandma, but... Well, I just wanted to share some of my happiness with you on the day, huh? Amber? Your full name happens to be Amber Curtis, right? That's right. But, of course, once I marry my man, I'll become Amber Bourne. In other words, your soon-to-be husband's last name is Bourne? That's right. I see. Mr. Bourne. And I'm going to become Amber Bourne. I really want people to start calling me that soon, so I want to get this show on the road. I'm sure you'll never have any idea what I'm talking about when I say it's going to be so amazing having my last name changed with marriage. But I hope this wedding will give you just a small taste of that experience. I'm going to make sure to rub all my happiness in your wrinkly old face, so make sure you're there. But I don't want you going after any of the men at this wedding, all right? None of them are going to want some 40-year-old single grandma, so leave them alone. I'm going to have to introduce myself to the groom, I think. What? I just told you to not try reeling in any men, all right? I'm not the type of woman that likes to steal other people's partners, so don't worry about that, please. Huh? My sister and her kids are going to be arriving at my house any time now to hang out, so I'll see you later. As for the time and place of the wedding, I'll have all that information sent into the office group chat. So make sure to read all of that later, please. Leslie, were you able to make it to the restaurant yet? I know that today is going to be very tough for you, having to watch a youthful and cute 19-year-old get married right before your eyes. But do your best to swallow those tears and watch this wedding to the very end, okay? Good morning, Amber. Are you in the changing room right now? Yep. I just finished having my wedding dress and everything put on. And as for your soon-to-be husband, Mr. Bourne, he's at the restaurant as well, right? Of course he is. He told me he just got finished changing into his tuxedo. Is that so? All right, then. I would like to go see him before the wedding gets started. Would that be all right with you? Huh? Why do you want to see him so badly? Wait, are you literally going to try and take my groom from me today? The groom's full name is Max Bourne, right? Actually, through my sister, I may happen to know the groom. And, well, it's very important that I go and introduce myself to him today, so I'd like to be able to go to his changing room and see him. I suppose there are times like this after all. Well, it's not like he's going to fall for some old hag trying to flirt with him anyway. As long as you make it quick, I'll allow you to go and see him. Well, as long as you're all right with it, I'll make my way over to go and see him right now. I'll go over to his changing room as well now. Leslie, what the hell is this? Why is Max on his hands and knees apologizing to you? What the hell happened between you two? Amber, have you still not realized anything yet? What are you talking about? Have you not taken a look at what my last name is? You're Leslie Pines, right? Wait. You're related to Ashley Pines? She happens to be my little sister, actually. What? Ashley and I happen to be separated by many years, so most people would never think that the two of us are sisters. But after hearing from me that she's my sister and that we both share the same last name, you can understand things a little bit more clearly, right? Are you still going to question why your fiancé, Max Bourne, is on his hands and knees apologizing to me? Amber, this goes for you as well. You have something you need to tell Ashley right away, right? I'm sorry that I went and stole your husband from you. What is this? If you knew something was going on here, then why didn't you tell me about this a lot sooner? Why did you wait to tell me all of this until the day of my wedding? Because this would be the best chance for my sister and I to catch Max and handle him without him getting away from us. Huh? Your best chance to catch Max? When my sister started to go on about a divorce and all that, I was overseas and not in the States to help her deal with things. And I never even knew about most of this going on until after things between her and Max had been dealt with. Of course, I didn't get to hear about everything from Ashley about what had happened. And when Ashley did explain certain things to me, she never told me the name of the woman that had stolen her husband from her. So this whole time, I never knew who it could have been. But when I did learn about who it was, or at least was made aware of it, it was when you told me to come to your wedding today, 2 days ago. At the time you had told me that, I stated that my sister was coming over, and when she arrived, I told her about you and your wedding. And that's when I learned who you were. But even if that is the case, Ashley and Max are both divorced now, and he's paid her the settlement she asked for. You both should be totally fine leaving us alone and letting us enjoy our lives. Why the hell are you making him apologize even more? To you, Amber, you may think things are finished with a simple apology and a settlement like that being paid. But you are aware that Ashley and Max had 2 kids together, right? And so what? Right now, Max should be paying Ashley $700 a month for child support so that she can care for the 2 kids. And he has the responsibility to continue paying that $700 a month to her until the kids are both adults. He has to pay her $700 every month? But here's the problem. Within the first 3 months of the divorce and her getting their kids, he moved out of his place unannounced and changed his phone number. And then he just disappeared and ran away from Ashley. It's been half a year now, and he has not paid any of the child support to her within that time. So over time, we've been searching for him so that we could force him to do his job as the father of his 2 kids. And as we were starting to lose hope in finding him, we came across you, Amber. Are you kidding me? I guess this is what everyone means when they say we live in a small world, right? Are you freaking kidding me? Well, you should really enjoy this wedding you've worked so hard on having with your fiancé. My sister and I know where Max is now, and we're not leaving until his parents arrive here to help us handle him. Wait, he told me his parents disowned him a while ago. Well, they are pissed to have heard about him never paying the child support for his kids. They are going to continue to keep ties cut with him, but to get him to take responsibility for the child support and never have a way of running off, they're having him move into a new line of work. Some construction company his second uncle owns that's out in the middle of the mountains right now doing a 10-year-long job. A construction company out in the middle of nowhere? I'm not sure what all the details are on the company, but from what his parents have told me, it's a place that most ex-prisoners go to work, as the place is like a prison and reminds them of home in a way. Huh? What the hell? I think it's a great place for people to learn their duties as an adult and work them back into proper members of society, if they wish to leave, of course. So, with that, when this wedding is over with, his parents and his second uncle will be hauling him off to that new company so he can start his job. Huh? Hold on a second. He and I just handed in our marriage papers this morning before the wedding, and we are already legally a married couple. You're telling me he's going to have to move into the mountains now without me? Well, some married couples happen to live like that for a while, right? But we wanted to be together forever, and that's why we've gotten married. Also, it's not just him that has lost ties to his parents, but me as well. That's why the 2 of us really wanted to be together. It's all because of you, you old hag, that we're going to lose this happiness we've had. You're the freak that thought it was okay to steal someone else's husband and ruin their happiness all so that you could have a husband of your own. Because of you and your BS, you took my sister's husband away from her and left her with a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old that she has to raise all by herself. It's because of you that those two kids no longer have a father. Just because you're young doesn't mean you get a free pass to do whatever you want. At least I'm not the forever alone grandma. I'm getting married next year. Huh? And also, the fact that you keep calling me an old hag and a grandma might be hurtful to some. But I actually like being called that because a lot of people who are actual grandmas are very nice people. They happen to take really good care of their family and their friends, just like I'm doing now. In my case, I'm caring for my single little sister and her two kids. And I'm here to protect them from someone like their husband and father, who left the three of them with nothing, trying to get away with no damage to himself. And from someone like you who caused all of this to happen in the first place to them, ruining the family they had. I will never forgive you for any of it, Amber. If you really want to be with Max and live a loving and happy life together, then go right ahead. Now I'm going to go back outside and wait for the two of you to finish that wedding you've been wanting to rub in my face this whole time. But just know that I'm not sure who will all show up for it today, and what'll happen when they come. It became time for the wedding after I'd been finished talking with Amber. In reality, there was supposed to be around 30 people coming to see the wedding, but a large amount of those people ended up saying no to the invitation. In reality, only a few people dropped by to see it. And I totally understand why most didn't come anyway, as Amber only sent out her invitations to everyone 2 days before her wedding date. Because nobody had really showed up, Amber and Max, both dressed up for the wedding, got on stage and started to shout at one another about what was going to happen. In the end, they got into a really bad fight and started to damage a lot of the things inside the restaurant. And this led to the both of them having to pay off thousands in fees to the place. And on top of those fees, Max would also be asked to pay for the past 6 months' worth of child support. After the wedding had been finished and Max was sent off to work, Amber had her baby and was then forced to go to work for that company as well. She's working in a different shift than her husband, and with the help of her higher-up there, she's being worked so hard that every day she forms at least 10 new calluses on her hands. And all of this in order for those two to pay off everything they owe and more. When it comes to myself, being the old grandma that I happen to be to Amber, I've defied all odds and am going to be having my wedding in the next couple of months here. And what she doesn't know is that my fiancé happens to be 10 years younger than me. But in his eyes, he doesn't really care about my age, as he finds mature women a lot more decent than young women like Amber. I'll make sure to send her an invitation soon to the location she's working, and maybe she'll have enough cell service out there to give me a call congratulating me. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story.